Hey, here at Steve Morris Engines. I'm working on the wagon real quickly. Rear end is in. I just have a couple little final things to do. Got the transmission from Rosler today, so this is my backup transmission, but we're going to use it for measuring the drive shaft length, and we're going to show you how to do that. So I got the rear end up in the ride height position that it's supposed to be in. We'll go in and we'll put the transmission in, even though there's no engine in it, and I'll show you how that works and why that works. And then we'll measure up this drive shaft so we can get a new carbon fiber 1480 U-joint drive shaft coming. Alright, so you can see we just got the transmission in here, and because of the way these cars are made, if you don't know, a lot of people do, but if you don't know, so that this whole rear hoop mid plate is all built into the chassis. This thing will support the transmission without having a jack on it, without having anything, be in a proper location, everything. Same with the engine. Engine slides into the mid plate here. The mid plate always stays in the car, don't have to take it out. So you can see here, I still haven't gotten around to the seat. I just don't have any time. We're working on it someday. And now I've also, mental note, do not clean your windshield, plexiglass windshield, or actually Lexan windshield that's coated with any kind of wrong cleaner. My bad. So it's all glazed over, so I'm having Bob at Pro Glass is making me a new windshield. Making me a new windshield, so that's why we can shoot through there. Transmission's in. I got to get this thing measured up real quick because they got to take a little bit of time for them to get the drive shaft done. So the way you do this is measure from the seal. What they want to know is from seal to center of the yoke. So I'll go down here, I'll stick it through. I'll have Mitch, can you help me just for 1 second? Just stick the tape measure on the end down there, or the end of the, well, no, center line of the, yeah, you can do it down there. Stick this all the way through. Okay. Center line of the, no. Alright. Right there, and then just measure the center line of the yoke. So here we measure to the seal. And this is all the dimension that they want to do the drive shaft up properly. So center line of the yoke back there to seal. And in fact, I think I got to actually change that now that I think about that, because they're not going to put a slip yoke on it. Hey, hold that for a second there, Mitch. I totally forgot about this. Okay. That's why I got the special slip yoke. Totally forgot about this, and now I don't know how the heck I'm gonna get this all in there. Oh my gosh, it's always something. So I gotta take the transmission back out to put the yoke in there, because what the yoke is gonna do is it's gonna allow me to just put the we don't have to pull the transmission out because we just take the caps off. So that's something that's cool. That's another piece from Mark Williams, but now I gotta freaking pull the transmission back out to do that real quick. Throw it up there. Get it? Yep, I got it. Haha! Alright, so didn't have to pull the transmission out. Just there we go. There we go. Oh, all right, now, and then you have to have a little bit of slip to it. So, I'm gonna give this probably a 1/2 inch right there, and then we got to measure up here, which is a little tough. Hey Mitch, you want to hand me or pull that back and then pull? There we go. All right, and then we're going to pull it back just a little bit. All right, that's good right there. Let's do it. I should just pull the transmission drive shaft tube out of it, but gosh, I just need to get this done real quick. There we go. All right, so now I'm at the center of the yoke here. It's a 1/2 inch forward. I'll double check, make sure they say that's enough movement. Where are you at back there, Mitch?
You want the center of the yoke's gonna be?
Center of the yoke.
40 and a half, 41, something like that. Yeah, 41. 41? Yep.
Alright, got it. Alright. Now you can really see how big this U-joint is going to fill my drive shaft tunnel. Thankfully, this doesn't ever move, obviously, but it's much tighter through there than what it was. And that's exactly where that's going to end up being, I figure. I'll give them all the dimensions, tell them exactly where I'm at, make sure that gives me enough slop, enough play. I can give them the dimension there. So we shall get this handled, figured out. So anyways, let's go over and check out the engine. If you want to see the new engine that we're going to be working on, I'll show you something really cool in that thing. Over here, I'm going to grab one of these pairs of cylinder heads after Brock is all done cutting. This is my blem block. Now, let me tell you what happened with this whole deal, of why we're using this block. I am not 100% machining these blocks in-house as of yet. We're working on that, maybe. Got to work that out with Tom and see what we can do. But we're getting them semi-finished, and this was one of the first blocks. In fact, this is one of the first block that they had provided to me that we were going to mock up and start doing. So we put these sleeves in over here, and we were starting to mock the stuff up, put the cam in it, put all the front gear drive on it, did all that stuff, and went, okay, cool. Went to put the lifters in and said, oh my gosh, you gotta be freaking kidding me. So, let me show you what happened here. And it's a mistake. They just didn't know. It's alright. We fix stuff all the time. So what the deal is they put the lifters in the correct spot. This lifter is on a 45-degree angle, and it goes directly at there down to the center line of the camshaft. This one is on a 51-degree angle. So all of the exhausts are on a 51-degree lifter angle. They put the lifter bore in on the wrong angle. So totally foo-bars that up. So what it came up with was we'd either have to weld the block or you have to do some kind of weird bullcrap deal to make it all fit and work. And then it'd be welded. It just wasn't going to be right. You know, you'd have to remachine the new hole in there. So the existing hole is, let's just pretend that's the angle it was supposed to be on. It was on this angle. So it's supposed to be like that. Okay, so what I ended up doing was we figured out all the math and we drew it all out, and what we did was we made these replaceable lifter sleeves. So we bored the hole out larger and made these replaceable lifter sleeves. They're going to have a really light press, and they will press in there. We'll seal them up, they'll press in, and then they will bolt in right here. So it bolts in, and if we ever have a lifter failure here, we'll be able to unbolt it, grab onto the lifter, yank the whole thing out, put a new sleeve in, a new lifter in, and not have to repair the block. So I'm figuring this whole deal out here. We're going to do it just on the ones that I need to repair right now. I don't need to do anything with the intake holes, so we're not going to do those. But we very well may upgrade all blocks into these replaceable lifter sleeves, so that if you ever do have a lifter problem, a lifter explode, which happens. If you ever have a lifter explode, ever have any issues like that, you can pull the whole assembly out, just yank everything out, put 2 new sleeves or 1 new sleeve in, and put a new set of lifters in, done. no block repair needed. You just put in a new lifter sleeve. So that's something we're working on new, and just because, obviously, because I had something that's screwed up and we're gonna replace and fix it. So we're getting there. This will be the block. I believe everything is good on this outside of the lifters. So we'll be starting to plug away at that. New cylinder heads there, and have all my rotating assembly, everything, obviously, that stuff I have here in stock. And we'll be plugging away for new engine for the wagon, because we have to be out in about 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. We need to have the car out and running again. So new rear end, transmissions, drive shaft and yokes, engine. There is not much else new to put in this car. So besides the car. So I think we're good. You're catching me thinking, because I'm not, as I say stuff like that, I start thinking about it and thinking, I think that's right. But anyways, that's how we fix these blocks, and how we're going to do a possible upgrade for the future of replaceable lifter sleeves. So if you ever have a lifter problem, which is really pretty common, that it doesn't F up the block, we can just pull out a sleeve, put a new one in. So some pretty neat, pretty good tech there. I think that's going to work really well. Not only a fix, but a possible good future upgrade. So I'm Steve Morris. Like, subscribe, buy some merch, share these videos, because I think that I keep on seeing my subscriptions go up, down, up, down, up, down. They just like hover there, and I keep on finding that people are unsubscribed. Your subscription helps me out tremendously, so please make sure that you're subscribed. I appreciate it. I'm Steve Morris. Have a great day.